Boom. It took me a couple of days to bring this to you because I keep telling y'all that with everything going on, I feel like an extreme level of exhaustion midday. And then after that, I just can't give anything to you. I pulled out a wrinkled t-shirt. I didn't even give y'all no bullshit half-ass glam. But anyway, Blackest recap ever. We are back. I'm here to talk to you about Low Key Moving On, which is, we are talking about episode 5 of season 4. Also, shout out, they have been extended. HBO has given another season to Insecure, so they will be having a season 5 coming up. Hopefully, it won't take them damn near 7 years to bring it back. But anyway, it takes time to create art. I'll just say that because I have a BFA. Anyway, we're jumping right into this shit. So, Issa, 'twas the night before the block party, and Issa is having a sense of nervousness. She can't really sleep, and that's normal. Anyone who has ever put on a small production or a big production, you don't sleep the night before. You're running off of adrenaline, and she's up, and guess what? She DMs Nathan. Oh, sexy ass Nathan with his sexy ass voice. He got a voice like he could work on radio, but he got a face, he got a body to do me. Okay, so they're speaking about the qualms, and he's really sort of calming her down. And can I just say, if we break down all of Issa's relationships, friendships, platonic, romantic, Lawrence was a user. Nathan has, with all his fuck ups, has been able to provide her with a sense of encouragement that her other friends really don't play into. Everyone else is always so prepared for her to not have her shit together, But anyway, this is where we find out from our first episode when Issa tells us that she no longer fucks with Molly anymore. And this is where that scene where it folds into, and it's because it's been a very odd sort of tense situation. We left off where Molly had mentioned to Issa that her relationship was so important to Andrew that she could not possibly get a Rock Nation artist where Andrew works at. She could not connect Issa and Andrew together because the relationship meant so much to her. Blah, 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 whatever, bitch. So now, boom, we are seeing that that's the situation that took place. And, I can understand her not wanting to fuck with Molly. I mean, I really, really value my friendships. And I guess Molly's one of those types, like she said, I've never really had a relationship before. You don't ever want to fuck with somebody who's never had a man before. You don't want to be that friend of the bitch that's never had a man before. Because the friend who's never had a man before, the bitch is exhausted. We have all had, not necessarily the Molly that we're going to get to towards the end of this recap. We all have had that Molly who is so not used to a fucking man that they act stupid as hell. Well, anyway, moving along, we come to Molly getting dressed for this event. She really doesn't want to go. Andrew is dressed for her. She's making tons and tons of excuses. And can I just tell y'all, ladies, when a man sees how you treat your friends, ooh, he's taking account, but he may not pull your card, but he's taking account. And I'm just going to say that. I don't know. It may pull up where Andrew is like, yo, she's a shitty ass friend, but we'll wait for it. And now we are at the block party. I just want to congratulate Issa again. Issa D, right? The character, because this is someone who's been trying so hard, and she's been trying to find her footing in life, and she's been trying to find out what she does well. And look at this block party, which in the beginning, it has tons and tons of white people. But guess what? We all know anything we've ever been to, when you get there early, not a lot of people are there. It's kind of like this peak time, right? This peak time where people start coming out. They've hit up other stuff. They don't want to get to something too early. I don't know. That's just how people are, right? They're afraid that if they get someplace early, somebody will say, oh, you got there early. Whatever. So it is initially very early on. And guess who shows up? Guess who's back on the scene? Our homegirl Condominiums. She shows back up. All of a sudden now she's able to tell Issa. Well, Issa said, well, bitch, where you been at? And she says to her, oh, Lawrence didn't tell you we broke up? No, bitch, I don't have those kind of conversations with Lawrence. Anyway, she ends up giving Issa some help in regards to the situation. And she's like, oh, I'm just here to make sure that the sponsors are here and I'm out. And again, second time, Dick makes bitches stupid. And Condominium and Molly are showcasing you that, you know, we live in a world where we treat our platonic relationships so disposable, and we are so vested into our romantic relationships, which usually have shorter lifespans, but we end up fucking over so many people that we don't quite get that may be fucking up our karma. I don't know. But now we also see that Kelly's there. Kelly is there being Kelly and being a fool, and she's speaking in a British accent. And she has this really cute guy with her who's a super duper himbo. His breakdown of like how the American political system is, where not that we have a judicial branch, an executive branch, and a legislative branch. Shout out to my globals teacher in 11th grade. He's like, oh, we have an executive branch, and then we have Bank of America, which was quite funny for me. All right. And what we're seeing also is that I don't know how this is going to play, but it's a lot of foreshadowing where Tiffany is really suffering from some high levels of postpartum and is not transcending that well. She really, prior to her getting married, she's this, bougie chick who liked, to go out. And now as a mother, she's showcasing that she really isn't super having that connection as being a mom, and that, she really wants to be out and really wants to be doing things. And that's what happens when you are the first of your friends to have a kid. The first one in your crew that has a kid are one or two things, just equally as exhausting as Molly and condominiums. They talk about their baby all fucking day and no one cares. They show everything is in reference. You could be like, oh yeah, girl, I'm going to liquor store. Oh my God. Baby, the baby likes liquor. It'll be shit like that. So, however, Tiffany's the opposite, where she's, I definitely feel is this whole aspect. I feel like she's losing her identity. She's losing where she's standing, and the bitch is going buck wild. And I think that may have some aspects to it later on. Anyway, did I say it before? Issa is in her shine. She is in her glory. This block party is taking off. It is all the time that she's had, all the dedication. She's still questioning herself, which is natural. She has a really great assistant who's been helping her out. They have an amazing acts. They have great music going on. I don't know any of the musicians, but I'm old. A lot of these musicians were very much millennials. Like, they had like some fake PM Dawn looking group. They had a little dance contest. That was all great. And Andrew says to Molly, do you now see why it may have been a disconnect in y'all relationship these past couple of months? Your girl has really been working on something that's been very important to her. And don't you see how you have pushed me away to do your thing at work? Don't you see how this can also relate to what Issa does? So then Molly has an aha moment, because of course, bitches only think when their man tells them something. So she gets up and then she brings some chicken wings to Issa, but Issa then has to go off and handle with the talent, who is Vince Staples, another millennial performer. But in that, I feel like also Molly was taking all this in and seeing that Issa did this with very little of her help. And we're really going to get into this because I feel like Issa has been questioning herself for so long, because she had identified herself as a partner with Lawrence. All her friends are viable and doing successful in their careers, in their corporate infrastructures. And Issa took a road less traveled. And when you take that road less traveled, it is very hard for your friends to kind of decipher. And they like to see you in a box. And here is it that she has kicked off something really well that I feel as though they enjoyed, but I don't think they really sort of got the higher end of it. And I think that's where Nathan comes in and says, yo, you really did an amazing job. This is really going well. And that boost of confidence sometimes from someone who's not your inner circle can really take you other places, because your inner circle sometimes doesn't always appreciate what you're working on. And so this is where we come into, they're doing the wobble. They're enjoying themselves. Issa this is another thing that really sort of irks me for Molly in this interracial relationship. Stop acting amazed when people who are non-Black are aware of certain aspects in popular parts of Black culture. the wobble, the Chi-Town slide, Church's chicken. I can go on and on. Oh, what do you know about this? Stop acting like you're dating a fucking foreigner from another fucking planet. The dude works for Rock Nation. You don't think that he has some understanding or some he has a black roommate. You don't think that there is some aspects where they're knowledgeable of certain things? He doesn't seem like he has been so pressed in not knowing anything that he's not fresh off the fucking boat, Molly. And that's the one thing where I kind of sort of hate when people are in these interracial relationships where they think that they are the goddamn interpreter or the king or queen of all blacks. And Andrew's supposed to be king and queen of all Asians because we don't even know what kind of Asian he is. What is Andrew? Is he Korean? Is he Vietnamese? Because that's LA. You know, LA has all the Asians. Is he Japanese? Tell me, please let me fucking know. Thanks. Now, they do the wobble. Issa goes off, does her thing. And Molly feels like, shit, we wanted to connect. We wanted to do something. Vince performs. Everybody loves it. It's really great. Vince's manager comes up to Andrew and says, yo, thanks so much. It was really great for us to do this. It was a great contact. Molly sees that and the bitch goes off. And last week I had said to a few friends, I wanted Issa and Molly to fight, but we got enough of that on reality television, but they damn near came to blows. And listen, nothing Molly did that evening was correct. No matter how Issa played it out, there is a time and a fucking place for things when that's your best friend. And if Issa didn't say, F you, bitch, then Molly was supposed to get in a car with Andrew and say, the audacity of that bitch. Can you believe that? She was supposed to call Kelly. She was supposed to call her mother. She was supposed to call Tiffany, and all of this shit she could have gotten off her chest. Instead, she decided to create a scene at Issa's event. And that's the shit that really hurt me. And that lets you know, and I've said this before, envy and jealousy are some of the most uncontrollable fucking emotions in the world. And Molly saw that it was going too well for Issa and she broke down. And that breaking down, we're having to curse her out and, oh, you backstabbed me. There was no backstabbing. Listen, I couldn't get it from you, bitch. I went around you and I still got the results. You are not the gatekeeper to fucking Rock Nation. If Issa would have Googled a bunch of people who worked at Rock Nation and would have ended up shooting an email out, it would have worked out for her. If she would not have said to, if she would have, this is probably what happened. She probably was speaking to Nathan about what took place, and Nathan said, this is how I can help you. Because he was the one who initially told her it would be great for you to even kick this off when they were at Coachella. So Molly cut the bullshit. She reached out, it worked out, and even if it wouldn't have worked out. It wasn't a circumstance where I think that Andrew would have stopped fucking you if Issa would have been the normal flaky person that she was. This is what we have to realize. In order to have good friends, we must be good friends. Okay? I repeat, in order to have good friendships, we must be good friends. And that is what you need to understand. And listen, it ain't always going to be days where you can take phone calls and help out people or do any of that. But to know at the core that your heart is always there for your friends, that's where Molly fell off. Where she came up with this new fucking rule, like Issa said, when they were on the street and they were arguing with one another. And she said to her, bitch, you made up a new rule. You know, like, if I've known you for X amount of years and you hit me with some new Tony Robbins, Elania, The Secret type shit, I'm going to be like, what you smoking? Shit. Come to think about it, Molly must have been on some fucking Molly when she thought that up. So anyway, somebody says gun, because you know shit, it's a black event. And the next thing you know, Molly walks off. They all run off. They run away. And then Nathan tries to console her. Tiffany tries to take it easy. Another thing I have a problem with, friends, Issa's brother, somebody was supposed to come in and be like, yo, cut it out. You go your way and call it a day. To let everybody curse each other out and all of that shit, to let Molly have that performance and that scene, should have got her ass kicked. All right. Kelly hugging her, I went to hug the bitch. Andrew hugging her, I went to hug the bitch. Molly, you got a lot of growing up to do. You're a fucked up soul. You look for all the fucked up shit because guess what? You smother, you lather your shit, and you a deep fried bitch in drama. See me next week at Blackest Recap Ever. Follow me, subscribe to me, and Molly better have a fucking reason for why she acted a damn fool, and bitches better stop speaking to her as of now.